In a recent video on this channel, I spoke about the potential connections between alcohol and retroactive jealousy. In today's video, I want to explore another two themes that don't necessarily seem to be related, but for many people they actually are. In today's video, I want to explore something I've never explored before, and that is the potential connection between nutrition and diet and retroactive jealousy. My name is Zachary Stockill, and since 2013, I've been helping men and women from all over the world overcome retroactive jealousy and save their relationships. If you'd like more information about my work or you'd like to work with me one-on-one, please visit my website at retroactivejealousy.com. First off, I'll remind you once again that I am not a doctor and I don't play one on YouTube either. I am not a medical professional. I am not a nutritionist. This is not medical advice. This is not nutrition advice. Please consult your doctor, consult a registered nutritionist if you have any questions about your physical health or your diet. That said, one of the things I am is a retroactive jealousy survivor, as well as someone who has experimented with a whole lot of diets over the years. So I've been a raging carnivore. I was vegetarian, or at least like 99% vegetarian for about 5 years. I've eaten very high carb diets. I've eaten very low carb diets. I've done keto, I've done paleo. I've tried many diets over the past 15 years or so, and I have found what works best for me. It's not necessarily what works best for you. And I'll mention my diet a little bit later in this video. But the main point I wanted to highlight in this video, or my main objective in making this video, is to encourage you to think about the connection, or at least the potential connection, between your diet, the actual food you eat on a day-to-day basis, and your experience of retroactive jealousy. For those of you who are new to my channel, the term retroactive jealousy refers to unwanted intrusive thoughts, often obsessive curiosity, and what I call mental movies around your partner's past relationships and/or sexual history. A related component of retroactive jealousy, or at least a factor that plays into many people's experiences of retroactive jealousy, is anxiety. And I wanted to highlight an article I found on the Harvard blog, or on a Harvard blog, exploring the connections, or at least the potential connections, between various anxiety disorders and nutrition. So over the years, many researchers have been specifically trying to find any connection between diet and various anxiety disorders. And some of the research over the past few years is particularly interesting and I think particularly valuable for anyone struggling with something like retroactive jealousy, which is the reason why I'm talking to you today. So I'll take a moment to quote the article directly. The headline is, "Make these foods a part of your anti-anxiety diet. You might be surprised to learn that specific foods have been shown to reduce anxiety. In mice, diets low in magnesium were found to increase anxiety-related behaviors. Foods naturally rich in magnesium may therefore help a person to feel calmer. Examples include leafy greens such as spinach and Swiss chard. Other sources include legumes, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. Foods rich in zinc, such as oysters, cashews, liver, beef, and egg yolks, have been linked to lowered anxiety. Other foods, including fatty fish like wild Alaskan salmon, contain omega-3 fatty acids. A study completed on medical students in 2011 was one of the first to show that omega-3s may help reduce anxiety. A study in the journal Psychiatry Research suggests a link between probiotic foods and a lowering of social anxiety. Eating probiotic-rich foods such as pickles, sauerkraut, and kefir was linked with fewer symptoms. Asparagus, known widely to be a healthy vegetable. Based on research, the Chinese government approved the use of asparagus extract as a natural functional food and beverage ingredient due to its anti-anxiety properties. The blog also recommends foods rich in B vitamins, such as avocado and almonds, and concludes this passage of the blog by saying, quote, "These feel-good foods spur the release of neurotransmitters, such as serotonin and dopamine. They are a safe and easy first step in managing anxiety," end quote. Now, I read this blog, I read this list, and it was an interesting experience because I was going down this list and I was realizing that literally everything they mention is a recurring component of my diet. So I drink kefir, I eat a lot of spinach, I eat almonds, I take an omega-3 supplement, I take a zinc supplement, and I eat a lot of beef. I could go on and on, I won't bore you with the details. But the point is, without even realizing it, I've compiled a very good diet based on someone who has at least some history with anxiety and with a disorder like retroactive jealousy. Not trying to brag about my diet or say that I'm perfect on my diet. I mean, if you look at me, clearly I'm not. But the point is, without really realizing it, I think I've come up with a diet that gives me the best chance at keeping things like anxiety and retroactive jealousy at bay over the long term. Needless to say, this probably goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. On its own, changing your diet is not going to magically cure retroactive jealousy, and it certainly won't magically cure anxiety if you struggle with serious anxiety. Not what I'm suggesting in this video. But in another recent video on my channel, I talked about the link between alcohol and retroactive jealousy, and I encouraged you to think about other things in your life, other factors in your life that could be spurring on your jealous feelings, that could be spurring on retroactive jealousy, at least in part. Other things in your life that could be making your problem much worse. And the reality is, most people, I think it's fair to say, especially in countries like where I'm from, Canada, the USA, the UK, most people don't eat a very good diet. I'm not trying to diet shame anyone, certainly not, but I think we can all agree that a diet rich in sugar, high in processed foods, is probably not going to give you the best chance to feel good mentally. Eating too much sugar can really cloud your brain and contribute to feelings of brain fog. Eating processed foods all the time, carrying too much extra weight, they're not going to make you feel physically great all the time. And recent research shows that there could be a link between a diet rich in processed foods, sugars, all those things, and increased symptoms of anxiety and even depression. There is a link between your mental health and what you eat. So my intention in creating this video is to encourage you to think a little more about that. Think about your diet recently, or think about your diet over the past year, perhaps. Think about your diet during the worst, most intense periods of your retroactive jealousy, and ask yourself if there could be a connection there. I'm not trying to prescribe a diet for retroactive jealousy sufferers in this video. Obviously, everyone's going to be a little different, and different foods and different food groups will work better for different people. My point is simply think about what you're eating and ask yourself if you couldn't be eating a little bit better. And if your diet, in particular if you're eating a lot of processed foods and a lot of sugar, ask yourself if your diet could be potentially contributing to feelings of anxiety and in particular feelings of retroactive jealousy. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching. If you got anything out of this video today, please take a moment to let me know by clicking the like button below. I would also ask you to please leave a comment beneath this video telling me what you think. While you're at it, please be sure you are subscribed to my channel to be notified of new videos moving forward. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.